Want to stay long enough to say hi?
Hello. Just fixing the computer again.
All right. Oh, we are. Here we are. Bye, honey. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Ronda Winstead here. That's Ronda without an H. For those of you that have been following me a long time. For those of you that are new, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you have joined my channel. And I hope that you will have some fun here with us. Okay, so today is just kind of a hodgepodge. Blech, that was rough. Just to kind of catch up. As many of you know, I just was on vacation with my sweet hubby. We were gone for 11 days, and we traveled almost 3,000 miles to Montana through many different states and came down through Idaho and into Utah, visiting family, and just, it was just wonderful. And yeah, couldn't have had a better time. It was just really amazing. So I'm very, very grateful. Grateful for all of your love, your comments, your prayers, your well wishes, your good thoughts. Thank you so very much. Okay, so let's start with the cancer update. As far as, don't know a whole lot, but you know, things just kind of seem to keep changing. So I went this morning, prepared to see my doctor and then have my half a treatment infusion. And meeting with him, he is not comfortable with the treatment at this point. So what we're doing, he wanted me to see the radiologist today, but I couldn't get in. I can't get in until Monday. But the plan is, for now, I'm going to see the radiologist on Monday to talk about radiology treatments in my back, where in my spine I've developed, in the T4, I've developed a hole, and that if that goes through to the spinal cord, then I could be paralyzed. Yeah. Minor deal, you know, and that's, anyway. So that may be a possibility. What it involves, I don't really know. My doctor, cancer doctor, said it depends on where the radiation is concentrated on as to what kind of effects that you'll have. That with the back, it should just be more or less feeling of a sunburn. But that, say for instance, if I had to have treatments on my stomach, if I had stomach cancer, then I would have stomach issues, stomach ache, you know, sick, that kind of thing. So that's good. That's good. We don't have that. So he said for the back, it would be basically nothing but maybe sunburn. We'll find out more when we see the radiologist and see if it's also a viable form of treatment for my my breast cancer. He is not sure. He feels like the medication should have made a huge change in that, but it's still not. So on Tuesday, I'm having a biopsy done, and then they will send that. If that does come back as cancer, which they're assuming it will, then they're going to send it for more extensive testing this time, for DNA testing, to see what maybe little whatever may be missing that they aren't catching just yet, or anyway, to just get more details about that. And I will also talk with the radiologist on Monday about possibly having radiation treatment, you know, on the breast. So we'll see. we're in a, I don't know where it's going, but I feel great. I feel really good right now. And, things just happen as they're supposed to happen. So I do appreciate the prayers, but I don't want anybody to feel like, oh no, this is terrible, Rhonda. I don't feel it's terrible. I feel peaceful. And I feel like there will be answers. And in the meantime, I get to spend time with you. I mean, between you and hubby and my family, life is awesome. So, no complaints there. Okay, let's see. I mean, I have so much to tell you regarding my trip, but I obviously don't want to just have a sit here and jabber, for a whole half hour or whatever. So, that'll kind of unfold as I do videos. So we'll just kind of wait for that just a little bit. So let me just kind of show you some of the things that I've been working on while I was on vacation. A lot of driving, well, not for me, my husband. He does the driving. He likes to, and don't worry about this. I got sunburned in one of the places that we stopped at. It's clearing out, but it's still a little bit, but it's nothing, and it doesn't hurt. So, where was I? Okay, I'm gonna switch images so we can get right here, and I'm gonna show you first of all. And I don't have a video of this because I don't. Because I did this while we were gone. Let's see, maybe even a zoom in on this. So you can, let me turn my light down, turn the lights down low. All right. This is my first block for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 2. I did a video. I finally finished Volume 1. Yay, yay, yay. I love it, and it's in my bookcase. And so I had this stitched, the basic stitching, and then I embellished and did extra stitching all on the trip. And it was just super fun, you guys, to do. This, I don't know if it's cheating or not. Rach, is it cheating if I if I use my machine for some things? Because I did kind of a log cabin type style where I started with this block, and then I added a block, and then a block, and then a block, and you build it from there. And that's what I had to go, was the basic block that was stitched on my machine. And then she said, and I had my basic deer stitched on. That is all I had when we left. So then I added antlers, and you can see it in the pictures, but not so much on the video here. But this is all silver thread that's surrounding the deer, and then off his antlers we're hanging gold thread coming down with these bulbs. I just thought it was super fun. And then I did a little saddle on him. I loved Rachel's idea of putting that, so I added one. I thought that was super fun. This is an additional piece of fabric that I used the blanket stitch all around. This is a piece of a fabric cutout that is the holly, and then there's holly berries underneath here. And I couched around here, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Here, underneath here, I've got a piece of lace that I colored a little bit, stitched in. This is also that same lace, another little bit of that I went ahead and did a running stitch through there. And then I added these little goodies here so that I could label my block. And I'm very, very happy with this. I'm just like, yay. But I honestly don't know, you guys, if I'm going to be up for doing 2 blocks a month. That's a lot for me. And so I may just stick to one. And I may just kind of, I don't know, just the wreath, that wasn't like real inspirational for me as far as a wreath. But I've seen some beautiful wreaths that people have done, and it was like, oh, why didn't I do that? Or why don't I do that? And I'm just not sure. But I didn't want to get too far behind. And so I also started on my tree block. And this is just the most adorable panel. I don't even remember what fabric this was, but I had this, it's along with these, just this wonderful bit of Christmas fabric, and I thought, well, this is a Christmas tree, right? And then I did a cluster. As you can see, I've done my seed stitch to tack the cluster all together, and then I've got this ready to stitch down my cluster. In this corner, I did a ruffle on here with some of the fabric that I've used in this block, and I figure these will fit side by side. And notice this, guys. Whoops. But you know, that doesn't worry me, because I can always add a strip of fabric or lace up here or down there, or not, I don't know. But so I'm having fun, and this, like I said, was all done while I was on vacation. My plan is here to go ahead and couch the tree and then go over the leaves and the berries and whatnot. And I'm not sure about this. I may keep the nest, or I may look for a cute button, you know, a decorative button that has a sweet little bird or something Christmassy, or switch this to a star. I don't know. But I just wanted to share with you what I had done so far on this particular block, and I have stitched this lace on here. So that's where we are on that. So I'm going to set that aside. That is Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And now, next, I wanted to show you what I have been doing. I also took this and a packet of papers and different things that I could work on in my journal that I did recently. Remember this? I was trying to find my own style, keep your own style, in that series. And I have been working in this since then. I think, oops, sorry, just 1 second. Let me do the do not disturb on my phone. Okay, so I just pulled things from hither and yon. You know how you'll just have stuff in a little pile somewhere, or just odds and ends, and I can't even really explain it because it's so diverse. But you just get little bits of this and that, and you're not sure where to put it, or you don't have the time, or whatever the reason. And I had this silly little cat that I had tried to draw from something that I saw on Pinterest, and it's super pitiful, but I didn't want to throw it away. But it was just sitting in a little pile of stuff, right? And so I just pulled out that, and then these strips, and the flower, and the circle. They were all just pulled out from stuff. The only thing that I went hunting for was to find this as one of Rachel's birds, you know, that I wanted to I just wanted some color. And I wrote in between the lines. Have you ever read between the lines? Well, this gives new meaning. This is literally writing between the lines. Anyway, so I just did a little something on there. Turn the page. I created a pocket here, and I used one of my clusters, pre-made cluster, that I put on there, and then took a tag. I don't remember whose tags these are. I did purchase them. They may be Tracy's, or I'm not 100% sure. And this was something that I picked up on the way in one of the rooms that we stayed in. I love the colors. And then I've put something so I can write a little bit about that. It was just something fun to put in. And I don't have, like, it doesn't go in sequence necessarily. I'm just showing you the pages that I've played with. You've seen, no, you haven't seen. You've seen this page. I did this page. This was the first one that I put in my journal from a subscriber who said, I don't know what to do with the blank page. Could you show that? And so that's what I did here. This was one of the things that we did. We were on St. Mary's Lake in Glacier National Park in Montana. And I'm telling you, it is absolutely God's country. I love it, love it, love it. We were blessed to be able to get registration or tags, whatever it is that you have to do online to be able to go through the park, because they've started for the last couple of years. You have to have this, or you can't go through the park. I think it started as a COVID thing, perhaps. But anyway, it was tricky, because when my husband he was on his computer, and we were on the road, of course, but we deliberately waited, because you buy it for the next day or next 3 days, not for the current day. And so we were still traveling. And so anyway, he got online and had to join, or whatever it is, sign up, or whatever one does. And they had 1,000 passes available, and he kept, trying to, it wouldn't go through. Said it was trying to go through and start again, trying to go through and start again. And he saw the number of tags go down from 1,000 to 8 something, to 5 something, to 4 something, to around 150, and then we got it. He was like, we got it. So it was like, oh, thank you, Lord. That was wonderful. But it was very tense for him for a few minutes. We were both like, oh, because we had planned on going to the park and going through it, and we wanted to do St. Mary's Lake. So we did a boat ride on St. Mary's Lake, and it was an hour and a half, and they take you back in, and you get to see where Monument Pictures, that's from St. Mary's Lake, that view is what you see on the movies, and you can't see it from anywhere but on St. Mary's Lake. Anyway, that was fabulous. So I've done a little bit on that. This, all I did was add a little bit of, I was just playing, with my own marking, added a little bit here, and then added one of Rachel's birds and a little butterfly to kind of fill out this page. I think this is beautiful. I like the way this looks. And here was the page that I did originally, like I said. So I also added, I had a piece of leftover collage, and this whole thing was that. And so I was able to only trim just a teeny little bit and make this into a side tuck. And then I created this. This I was given in a Happy Mail at least, I would say at least 2 years ago. And I have had this kind of floating around my desk area for that length of time, I've tried several times to use it, and it just didn't fit. And this time it fit perfectly. This is old book page. This is 1890, December 25th, 1890. Is that cool? And look at the writing on there. I didn't want to erase that. And this you can still, journal on. So I made that, put in that little pocket. Just kind of plain, adding length to some of my pages. When I put them in, I wasn't happy with everything the way I put it in, because on some of them I went clear to the top instead of, centering it more. And so it looked weird to me. So then I added, some length to that. So that's what that is. Here we've just done a little doohickey thingy that I marked and cut around, and this is another one of those. This is a coffee dyed little note papers that I picked up at a garage sale. And as you can see, I've been using them, and they're fabulous. I just coffee dyed them, and I love them. So I undid, they were bound with one of those ring thingies. Ring thingies. Anyway, so I added that to a dictionary page and added a little bit more paper to stabilize the edge and the bottom. This is washi tape. So this is nice. You've got plenty of stability on here. And I don't know, what I'll do. I made a pocket here. And this was also one of these pages that I extended because it was short. It ended about here, and I wanted it to be longer. So I created a pocket and a pocket. So that was kind of fun. And this is actually my writing board, but I'm just sticking it in here for now. That makes it so that I can write in my journal. I've done the basic spraying on another blank page, but that's as far as I've gotten there. And like I said, this has all been done while I was on the road. We're on the road again. I did some doodling, but with the driving and my neuropathy issues that I'm having in my hands, it's pretty bad. Not that it would ever be good. I'm giving this as all these excuses, right? And then this particular page, I just played around, duded up, and obviously you can see it bled onto this, but I'm okay with that. I don't know what we'll do here. And then I added some piano paper, the piano roll paper. I glued that, and then I've just journaled just a little bit here and added a little cluster with an image here of Rachel's. And this was the page that I actually did, but it bled through. And so then I decided, well, let's embrace it. So then I outlined on both sides to make it like I meant for that to be that way. And then did a little bit of journaling here. This is definitely one of Tracy's labels. Here I went ahead and did those, I think I showed you already. I had these tags or spots already pre-done, and I glued them onto the front and back of this. And then I just created a tag. This is some of my favorite antique lace. I absolutely love this. Can you see the dimension in there. I'm not sure that you can see that, but these flowers puff up. They've got an extra. Oh, I love that so much. And embellished, and this is a Tracy label, and then the back is ready to be written on whenever the mood strikes me. A lot of it, like I said, I have done nothing with, but I'm okay. I'm just, you guys, doing your own, keeping your own style and doing your own thing with your own journaling and being happy with what you're doing, it's really important. If you have not viewed my keeping your own style, I'll put the link in this video below, so that to video 1, and I have a playlist for that, and you can go, maybe it'll give you some ideas. But I just think it's super important that we try to keep our own style and find out what our style is and just embrace who we are. You know, there's nobody in the whole wide world like you. There's nobody in the whole world like me. We're all unique. We're all important. We're all different. And I love that. I love that. You combine that with all these other things, and wow. So you can see I've got a ton that I have done nothing with yet, but I've made a good start. Let's see. I think I've got a couple more things done. This was the other part of that page that was short, and so I also created, did I do a pocket? No. I must have been like, I'm done with pockets. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't, but still, this is very pretty, and I like that. And here again, these are Rachel's papers. I've used her digitals. I love her digitals. They are, you know, if I could have ordered somebody to custom do digitals for me, Rachel's digitals would absolutely fit the bill. Okay, and here I've done another one of those pages on the dictionary. And I actually have a tab here, which is kind of fun. I also created, this was a short page and I lengthened it. And this will be a fun journaling, a whole bunch of journaling that can be done here or other things. Here again, guys, is St. Mary's Lake. Let's see, let's zoom in for this one. Okay. This is a postcard that I bought at Logan's Pass, which is, they have a visitor center at the top. It's just, I mean, it's just stunning. I have the pictures, but I've not downloaded anything and printed any of my own pictures yet. So here's another one that I just added a little bit to Rachel's collage paper here. We were in a breakfast in a restaurant up in Big Fork, and while we were waiting to be seated, I just thought this was funny, and so I tore this out and put this in. Yes, I do smile a little when karma pays a visit to someone who so desperately deserves it. Oops. My bad. I just thought it was cute. I love the Minions. So, and then I had just been doodling, so I added a little bit of that too, and then I added one of Rachel's birds into this spot. I thought it was perfect for that. This I have glued to tone this down. This is a piece of tissue paper. You can see the difference. This is much lighter than this. And the reason I did this side is because this is upside down. So we'll see what we do with that. And then I created a back pocket or tuck spot here. And that is what I have done so far in my journal. I mean, I was so thrilled to be able to do that while I was gone. The other thing, real quick, oh my gosh, it's almost 30 minutes. Okay, real quick. I am getting ready to reopen my Etsy shop. I've had it on vacation. I wasn't doing well from my last treatment, and so I couldn't fulfill orders, and so I had to put it on vacation. And then we literally went on vacation, and I didn't want to, anyway, didn't do orders during that time. But another thing, guys, I have been to some antique shops, and I have been collecting these amazing book pages. And I spent all day yesterday afternoon taking book pages apart, and it's very time consuming, very time consuming. But I'm planning on doing some bundles of those, and I picked up some little bits of deliciousness while on vacation. And some of the, like for instance, you guys, this was completely torn apart, right? And I paid $2. This is rag paper. This is rag paper. It's fabulous. $18.29. And so I'm absolutely going to share this with you all. I'm going to keep some, but I don't need 40 million pieces of paper, 40 million book pages. Seriously, Rhonda, share. Don't be rude. And look at this. And it's got all this delicious, let's bring it up. I'm super excited. Let's just say that. I'm super excited. Okay, enough of that, and I'm gonna call this good for this video. I just want you to know I love you. I'm happy to be back, and we shall see. Obviously, the cancer journey is still a journey, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. For those of you who are having difficulties physically, just know I'm giving you the hugest hug. I'm hugging you. For those of you that are sad or lonely, I'm hugging you. I'm crying with you. If you need that, I love you. And you're not alone. You're never alone. Anyway, got lots to do, and I'm not exactly sure where to start first, but we'll get started on something, and I will see you very soon. All right. Have a fabulous day till next video. Bye-bye now.